Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today, we get some fantastic news for the C7 ZR1 group out there. The car can now finally be tuned. For those of you who don't know, the C7 ZR1 had a locked ECM, which meant there is no way to tune it. Now, you could throw bolt-ons after bolt-ons at it, but the problem is you could never actually tune the car to really efficiently use those new bolt-ons. Now, because of this, the amount of power you could add to the ZR1 was kind of limited. The way the ZR1 fuel management is set up with direct injection and port injection, it really has the potential to be a monster with aftermarket parts. But the problem was the ECM was locked and there was no way to tune it. So, like I said, you could bolt on exhaust stuff, some intake things, and even some pulleys to increase the boost a little bit. But anything that required any kind of air-fuel mixture tuning wasn't going to happen. Now, typically, this is the case with any new car. So whenever a brand new car comes out, the ECM is typically locked. It's not something that HP tuners or any of the other tuners out there can just immediately go into and start messing with any of the tables. So whenever the ZR1 came out, it was no different. It came out with a locked ECM. The only difference was it took a long time, in my opinion, to get it unlocked. I figured usually a month or two, the ECMs usually get unlocked because they're not necessarily heavily encrypted or anything that's going to really make it tough to get through. But in this case, the ZR1 took longer than I thought it would, but it finally got done today. April 12th, 2019, we get the unlocked ECM ready for the ZR1. HP Tuners is the one that did it. Now, this is fantastic. It really couldn't come at a better time because just yesterday, April 11th, we got word the C8 is going to be revealed July 18th, 2019. So we're getting all kinds of fantastic Corvette news. Now, with the ZR1 getting its ECM unlocked by HP Tuners, all you have to do is use their new MPV12 and the latest beta software to get this done. So if you have a guy who does the tuning for you, or even if you have that tool yourself, you can tune this car as of today with their beta software. Now, like I said, this is huge news because the ZR1 is already a beast. It comes from the factory as a monster, but now you can tune it with all of the add-ons that you put on it. With that said, it will not surprise me to see this car easily cracking 1,000 horsepower in the very near future with very little mods. The tuning part of increasing the horsepower on any car is, without a doubt, the most important part. It is very sensitive, can get you to a very high number of horsepower, but can also break a lot of things if it's not done correctly. So jamming a bunch of performance mods on the car without properly tuning it is never a good idea. And now we have the ability to actually tune that car and get it running perfect. Now, there is a second part to this. HP Tuners requires you obviously have their tool and the latest beta software, but you're also going to need a modified ECM, which can be purchased directly from HP Tuners, or you can do an exchange program where you send them yours and then they send you back a modified one. Now, of course, just like with any car, once you tune it, the factory warranty is no good. So the ZR1 is already a pretty expensive car. There's not a whole lot of people out there that are going to go crazy with the tuning ability on this for the fear of losing the warranty on their brand new ZR1, which I fully get. I fully understand that you want to keep that warranty, but at the same time, this would be very tempting to me if I was a ZR1 owner. Now, it also looks like DSX Tuning, which is a big contributor to the aftermarket with Corvettes and Camaros especially, has also reported on this and has also said that they have the first tuned C7 ZR1. I'm going to play their video here for you in a minute. It's really well put together. He goes into a little bit more detail and actually says that you're going to need that unlocked ECM from HP Tuners as well as 10 credits for the ECM. That's pretty big considering most cars only take about 6. But at the same time, I understand the car is obviously pretty hard to crack, and once it's done, it's definitely going to be worth it. This thing is going to be a monster after someone tunes it. I'm watching DSX's channel very heavily to see what kind of power this car ends up putting down. I've worked with DSX Tuning in the past to get an auxiliary fuel pump for my Camaro ZL1, as well as a remote tune done through HP tuners. So I know what kind of people I'm working with there, and they couldn't be better. When it comes to a remote tune, that's the guy I would trust. Now, like I said, guys, we have just gotten a flood of great Corvette news lately, and this is just the icing on the cake. Any of you guys out there who have a ZR1, definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of this. Will you be doing something like this? Will you tune your car, throw some mods on it, see what kind of power you can really make? I'm definitely anxious to hear what your response to this is, so let me know down below in the comments. It just recently came out that the ZR1 is in fact going to be a 1-year special, so there's 1 year of manufacturing and that's it. So with the announcement of the C8 coming very soon, that's really going to put a stop to the ZR1 production. So with that said, that would make it even tougher for me to necessarily go ahead and tune this car, but it would also be just as tough for me to not tune it with this new information here. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. Let me know down below, like I said, what do you think about this ZR1 tuning ability? Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next upload.